Hello, everybody. This is MC, Recovery Wellness Relapse Show. And a lot of things been going viral uh, about this worst therapist. I really seen her video about like 6 days ago. So, I got to work on preparation about me a Scream Deck, still learning how to use it. But since I am a wellness and recovery channel that's that's on recovery, it was upsetting for me to see that sort of type of video being displayed by a therapist. It reminds me of when Kevin Samuel had a therapist, and at the end of his video, if we can't rely on our best, our best and the educated of us, who can we rely on? And it also takes me back for when I have 22 years of recovery, but coming up on my 6 years of recovery, if she would have been my therapist, I probably would have relapsed. Probably would have relapsed because you got to remember when I was assessed going through my major depression before having 6 years, it was a male that did the assessment on. So when it came to me showing up for therapy, I asked, like, where's that guy at? And it turned out to be one of our sisters. Thank God that I had 5 years of recovery up under my belt of sponsoring people, all sorts of things. And I was able to read my step 10, 11, and 12 to her of my weekly activities that I've gone through. So that really caught that therapist's eye, that I was able to write some of my downfalls that I had during the week. Hopefully I went so far. So, but before we get started, remember to press the subscribe button, share the video with some counselor or therapist. What I do is I work for the Department of Mental Health right out here in my county. And, we are the ones that pick up the pieces from who the therapists see. And then we introduce them to wellness, recovery, and all those sorts of coping skills and mechanisms, and to move forward in wellness and recovery. Before we get started, let me see if I can do this thing that I learned how to do to share a little bit snippet of what we're speaking on. And it said, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and I want to try to make it be like something like this, to share on some of the things that this person was talking about. So let me see if we can share a little bit of the video.
Okay, so men are very upset, which is good because anger initiates change. If you're uncomfortable about the shit I'm saying, that means you need to go talk about it. So I've been very nice to y'all. Never! Never! You're the worst therapist ever! You should withdraw license! I'm sorry. I'm not sorry that our culture does this because y'all are perpetuating this behavior. Never!
What is it about?
So, like what y'all basically really see there is like when I first seen this video, it blew me away. It blew me away to the point of this is a therapist, and then I work as a county employee. I was looking at her trying to say, wow, this is someone that really needs to be reported. It's like, she's on the opposite end of the couch. This is an individual that when I saw it, I said, dang, one part of me, well, a lot of parts of me really wants to help her. But when you look at the educated and the college part of it, what I'm seeing is that from everything that's been going on for the last 6 and 7 days, it was like she did a premeditated video. She did a premeditated video because she may have, in my book, slept with one of her clients, and one of them clients was going to probably report her. So to me, it looked like she did her own damage control before that be reported. I'm gonna beat you telling on me. This was like a whole lot of symptoms of that, like what the kosher clinicians say, that schema affliction and stuff like that. So it's like what you've seen displayed there, having on the negligee, evening wear, our image does not look good. The brown girl image, the black girl magic does not look good for the professionalism of that display, what we've seen going on right in that video of her jumping up and cursing and using foul sailor talk type language. This is the saddest excuse for a therapist I ever seen. And it's like if there's many other therapists out there, for us that's on the back end, the community workers, the peer advocates, the mental health advocates and workers. Uh, these are some of the clients. They were sending clients to me and our colleagues that's in this state of condition. So, what I'm seeing is that, she could be having post-traumatic stress disorder, and there's all other kind of disorders that's jumping up in. So this this is some astounding stuff. It's like I learned right in the manosphere over here that the vitriol and the disdain and the hatred, like a lot of you men needs to go and get therapy. It was being displayed as if she been hitting on her client. That's how I'm looking at it. That she did this damage control because she was probably going to get reported on. And then what makes it real bad is that her whole caseload is like null and void now. She been fired from her job. They would have to look at that whole caseload. Maybe some of the women, they would have to speculate that some of the women that they need to tap into some of that. This is a whole lot of things that's going to have to be up under investigation, review, and then, in other words, study. Because if it was women talking to her about their relationship, did she damage some of those relationships of the women that had relationships that came to her office? So it's a whole lot to be said on this. I'm gonna be on the show later on today, and I may collaborate more on the culture clinician show. And I believe he's gonna start his show at around 5:30 or something. But with that, it seemed like I had a whole lot of other stuff, but one part of me really wants to help. It's almost like I'm coming up on the training, like in October. I took it 14 years ago, and it's called WRAP, Wellness Recovery Action Plan. Thank God that our county has another training coming up, and I'm gonna take it again to refresh myself with WRAP on how you can make your own wellness recovery action plan for yourself, your own WRAP. toolbox for yourself. So, you know, let me see if I can give y'all a little bit more the damage that this individual caused for herself. Uh, this is one of those.
This.
I'm so lost. Let me see if I can share it again. Share screen. And, you know, like I was saying earlier,
Internet males.
Now, there's no most men. And my life should be taken away. That's not how that shit works. I went through a lot of schooling and a lot of tests and internships and practicum hours to earn said license. And I can't, I'm not going to lose it because your feelings are hurt.
Well,
see, and then she's talking about this license. See, the thing about this license, and another thing that he showed right here, right in this video, is that she graduated in, I believe, in 2021. That's what makes this real bad. That you're out here this early, as if, you know, she's been in the profession a long time and got enough data to show us that, you know, she qualified to talk at us in this sort of manner. You know, that's what cracks me up about this video. So I'm gonna show y'all another one that will display the her being fired.
My name is Alethea. My story is true.
The way that you think. The articles have been written as a result. Here are a few of them, just to name a few. Black Twitter has words for therapists scolding men.
She's lying on this one. Watch what
looks like a lot of those are the same article.
Go to fucking therapy. Y'all attacked me and got mad at me because I wanted better for y'all. That's the most crab in the barrel bucket type bullshit I've ever heard in my fucking life. A plethora of black men decided to take it upon themselves to call my employment to get me fired. You succeeded, but you succeeded in not the way that you think. If it's one thing about black women is that we're incredibly resilient. This just cleared the table to give me space and opportunity to educate the masses while shaking our asses to healing because y'all got mad because I wanted you to do better.
Now, it's almost like she took it upon herself to say that I went to college and I'm assigned to help you. What I really noticed at this point, I've seen a whole lot of individuals in my early recovery before I was working in the field and in the rooms of recovery that, you know, some people will like do this to a state of where they would just straight burn out. And y'all know right in my screen, I have burnout videos. Burnout to the point that they honestly believe that they're helping us. But you could tell by the anger and the tone of her voice that things wasn't working out with her sexually. I think she wanted to tap in so much sexual energy with the opposite sex, even though that it's found that she's pansexual, and that pansexual, that's at a place of where, you know, that I learned from a screen that you know, I believe that, you know, that she's in like the dominant nature of life. It's like individuals want to be viewed upon as a new species and a new creature, and that we'll have to accept any dynamic that they can throw at us. as something to step back, think about. This is what's really going on with me. So if that's the case, why in the world will an individual of this nature wants to come into this field to cause this much damage and harm to a society? So with that, leave some comments, y'all. Right in the section. What is your take up on this individual coming at us so hard with these views up on us brothers to the point? And if you want to see the rest of these videos, just go to Fawcett Media pages or anywhere on the internet. I'll be on the show later on. I just think glad, like hell, that if this would have been my therapist coming to the door, it would have really blown me away. Like, dang, I'm coming up on 6 years, and then you mean that's why I'm depressed? Because when I came in through the door, it was because my car then went out. So without a car, my head said at that time, 17 years ago, before having 6 years, my head was saying, dang, I ain't got no car. I ain't got no girlfriend. Now I'm going to lose this Goodyear tire shop job because I injured my knee again. And I just blacked out. The world was looking real gray. And the only thing I had going on for me is that I went to enough fellowship AA and CA and NA meetings that my body was on automatic pilot of going to meetings. It was on automatic pilot already for going to meetings, for going to 12 and 12 step studies. It was on automatic pilot. The only problem is that I was leaking and crying and feeling real bad. And people mentioned right at the meeting, go over there and check out this Gustin Hawkins. I want to do, and I went over there and I got evaluated. I got some Benadryl to give me some sleep and, some Wellbutrin to calm my nerves throughout the day. Slowly, I winged off. But if I would have had a therapist like this, ain't no telling what she would have subscribed to me. What she would have subscribed to me and what kind of loops I would have had to jump through to get her approval for wellness. So, she needs some help. I'm going to leave it like that. Hopefully she'll get the help. And with that, let's keep coming back. This program works. And take care. Peace.